How's it hanging, fellas? I'm OrosZ, and this is another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, and in today's episode, it's February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1201, 1202. Fuck, I'm so stupid. And it's the third episode I'm recording today of this series because I decided to try and get back into my 3 videos a day recording method. Because, man, I'm running out of videos so fucking quickly that I gotta change something, if I wanna keep continuing doing the whole everyday upload thing. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is, it looks like he's writing something. Well, who the Edgeworth jump scare. What are you doing here? He sure is quick to throw that paper on the floor. He was like drawing us kissing. Tough day in court, bitch. I had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. It ain't gonna be the last. That's Edgeworth for you. A bitch to the core. Well, he's trying to hide his real feelings. So what do you want? Well, like some people, I don't have all day. What do you mean I have a fucking all day? I have like no fucking day. I gotta fucking find out who killed Goodman. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to. Breaks down to? And nothing I can do to erase that fact. Nothing I do can erase that fact, but you don't know, didn't know, did you? I mean, there was the evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. Police department error is my error. My responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuse I might have. Mr. Edgeworth, take pride in my work. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why has it all come to this? When Edgeworth can't keep up this kind of emotion bottled up. You know what, I was kind of looking into the job market, trying to look for something new, but... Well, I never finished college. And I feel like that limits my options quite a bit. Not to mention all these fucking jobs I'm finding on the internet have some ridiculous fucking requirements. They want a fucking specialist, some kind of 8+ years of experience. I've only been working for like 2 years. What am I supposed to work fucking 6 more years in my current job just to gain a little bit of experience so I could maybe get a new one? I want to fucking change it immediately. Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Another thing that kind of sucks is I don't have any certificates for anything that impressive. Like a forklift driver license or something like that. Or drone operator license. You know, something I could show off as a thing that's like... could be a benefit to the company hiring me. I got hired in this job because they were just simply looking for someone and I happened to ask around while they were looking for new people. And I feel like I'm the last person they hired in my department because they keep hiring new electricians. Even recently 2 new ones showed up, but well, fucking, you know, it's a little bit upsetting me. Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? It's last year's trial and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. To be honest, you're getting on my fucking nerves. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll take a fucking vacation afterwards. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. Never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What exactly is Edgeworth's hair color? It's like very light brown. Combined with grey because he's stressed out so much all the time. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists. This is fucking odd. Odd, ain't it? After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Have fun. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was really the only thing in my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. It's almost essential to have some kind of a drink sitting by my side. That picture, something seems strange about it. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were participating in a ceremony over at the station, right? Never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't expect exactly skip out on the ceremony. Finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. Finished up at the office? Yeah, just odds and ends. Clerical stuff? And plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This shit. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? What's the purpose of the stupid screwdriver that has nothing to do with anything? AI-16? What if it's the screwdriver from the hotel? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back into the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Well, okay then. Right, please. You're not expecting me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea? This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Kent's office. It depicts a bunch of shit. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. It's hard to pronounce his name. He just started making a name for himself. A hard to pronounce one. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. When you say Neil Marshall, I keep getting like Near Marshall. It's like fucked up. Keep making a typo. Speaking of that, what's it called when you make a typo but speaking? Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yeah? Trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yeah, you're right. Yours doesn't have that stupid ass shit now. I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor trophy looked until 2 years ago. There's a story behind the design. Story? Let me tell you a story. Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling me? Over a cup of tea? It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's the award based on... Oh, what? It's a fucking... a sword and a shield? Yeah, it wouldn't hurt if you put this up somewhere, like on a shelf. There's no meaning for me anymore. What do you mean anymore? That's why I was last year. What good is it to dwell in the past? It's asking me? Why can't he just accept it graciously? Actually, something's been troubling me about this shield. Look, did you notice anything different? Different? Yeah, don't you remember? The other shield at the court record? Guess I better present the other shield. I just did, though. I don't know what the fuck else to show him. I'll just show him everything. Though he doesn't seem very keen on talking to me. This word originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. Have you heard this story? Halberd? Is halberd a traditional Chinese weapon? Sure, everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it though, for Emma's sake? She's a moron. Very well, I know she's a moron. Everyone knows that, just like everyone knows this story. That's a great fucking drawing. Long ago, in the kingdom of Chu, the land of Tu, there was an arms merchant. One day he presented the king with two fucking things. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. That's funny. Wait a minute. Those claims contradict each other. Fucking music kicked in. Sounds like some Mega Man ass music. Actually, I think this game originally was published by Capcom. Yeah, cause fucking Phoenix was in Marvel vs. Capcom. Actually, isn't this game also published by Capcom? Very perceptive, but then again, you've heard this story before, right? Damn it, I feel like there's another story that's very similar to the story Edgeworth just told. I just can't fucking remember what it was. Also, I'm not sure should I use that shitty ass drawing they just shown us as a thumbnail. Anyways, you mentioned the very description of those items. Discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Damn, China really is God's given country. Chinese history is probably the most interesting one in the fucking world. Plus their language is insanely fucking difficult. And their fucking kill count is also probably the biggest in the goddamn world. So the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize... Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. That makes sense. What does the giant yellow K symbolizes though? The ancient tale ends with the merchant at loss for words. The only thing he uttered was a K. Hence the K. It's in our own nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Yeah, just like how I pursue to finish all my Let's Plays and end up fucking making 100 episodes of Danganronpa just because I can't fucking leave it unfinished. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth, I learned something new today. That's stupid. That's so, then why were you only given a shield? I'll have to ask Chief Gant. Years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. He hates that story. Chief Gant. King of prosecutors of the award. Look at it now. That means from now on, all the awards with a halberd on them are collector's items. Just like rare Lego pieces that were changed over time. You know, I had a fucking huge bucket of Legos as a kid. I wonder if nowadays any of them would be considered rare and I could sell them for a sizable amount of money. Wait, he said something about this. Seems everything in this case is designed to cast doubt on me. Now look at me. As I went into the evidence room on the day of the crime, Chief Gant asked me to do something. Go to the evidence room and look if I'm not there. Take evidence from the case solved 6 months ago back to the prosecutor's office. I have a locker in there as well. Did you notice anything amiss when you were in the evidence room? The room was always dark and I was in a hurry. Didn't see anything out of the ordinary. Why would you have a locker in the evidence room of the fucking police department? You're not a fucking detective. You just asked for one and they gave it to you? Ah shit, that's something to say too. Now I gotta fucking redo it. Come now, right? You can't expect me to just sit down and chat with you about the case over a cup of tea. But this isn't related to the case, remember? You said so yourself. So I did. He said the usual thing, when he just wants to tell you to fuck off. But it's altered. They tricked me. Chief Kent gave this to you that day, didn't he? He asked you to bring it here from the police department. The chief is a very competent man. But sometimes he does things that don't make any sense. Like the way he dresses. At least it's better than being incompetent and doing things that don't make sense. So yeah, I guess you're right. A certain detective comes to mind. Man, that's fucking mean. Everyone shits on Detective Gumshoe this entire fucking game. He helped us out so many times, yet it doesn't even seem like Wright likes him at least a little bit. I mean, I'm fucking ready to go to the police department and get Gumshoe fired because I need some shit done. Excuse me. I get to see her one last time. Would you, either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? Star, I guess she's out for lunches. Just gave us a bunch of beef. Looks like a sausage. They are the curious sort, aren't you? Kinda like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. What the fuck are you saying? Well, I never saw you go digging up the case from 2 years ago. She proposing something to me? Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day of the evidence. The day the evidence was from the case was due to transferals. This can all be attributed to mere coincidence. She talks about sucking tits. Now I can't stop looking at them. Aren't you forgetting something? Now a little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife, with a fucking murderous expression on her face. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. With our hatred towards Lana, this all dates back to 2 years ago. So what, now we gotta talk to her? Joe Dark, that's the name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. What do you mean half a year? I feel like... weren't we explained that the murders that Darky committed... Oh, I guess the time between him killing people and actually turning himself in might have been longer. I don't fucking know. Still, I don't think it was even... I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days was steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. I feel like I'm fucking dead inside every day. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. And because of his brother's death? On that picture where they're investigating Joe Darke's killings, Neil Marshall is still alive, so I'm assuming they found out the dead bodies that he killed and then he turned himself in? They were close, these two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana Skye. My sister? The best of the best were put on the SL9 case. Of course, they were led by the legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant. That legendary pair was the reason they were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence? Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear while others' items were kept secret. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. In the case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Alana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. They could fucking fire me from my work right now. I don't fucking care about it anymore. It's not a job I want to get stuck doing. It's gonna tear me down. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Quite as simple as it appears. This guy was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. She was being used. Then again, to Lana Sky, I want to be used by you. You can't let the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. Solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Yeah, they busted all kinds of nuts. Damon against me. Magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His dick was magnetic. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to attract evidence. Produce the most incredible evidence in the case he handled. Incredible evidence. Magical evidence. Oh yeah, there were rumors about him even back then. That he'd just pull out evidence out of his ass, and they were like, oh shit, how'd you find this? No one dare confront him though. Take it she's talking about forging evidence? Back then everyone looked up to Lana. All detectives wanted to be just like her. Even you, even me. Myself included, I was a fool really. She hated everything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn out so cold after all? Right? I mean, fucking women. Cold-blooded. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Your nips are hard. Yeah, think of the Chief Cam's powerful influence. Chief must be really cold in this fucking parking lot, and all she's wearing is some kind of a dress. Very revealing dress, I might add. Almost looks like a fucking blouse or some shit. And whatever the fuck this other piece she has is called. And a choker with a sausage. Or an octopus. I don't know, it looks really funny. It's the standard uniform of every lunch lady. There was only one thing left for him to control. And then no one could stand in his way. Not even the president. The prosecutor's office. What do you mean? That's where Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't fucking know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since the case ended, she's never been the same. Only logical to conclude I have a theory. They had a kid. Like I said that last episode or 2 episodes ago. There must have been a reason for her change. That's the 3rd episode I'm recording today, by the way. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this barrel. Thank you, Miss Star. Well, listen to me, bitch. Takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chief than I've been. A chef. Why is chef and chief so fucking similar? Such ridiculously similar words. Star. The only thing I can give you now is Popeye's rice set. Talk about cheap. Eat this and you... Maybe you'll be able to tell black from white in court tomorrow. Maybe. She says she has nothing else to tell me, but... I doubt it. She probably has something to tell me. Or maybe she genuinely doesn't have anything else to tell me. Alright, I think she doesn't have anything to tell me, just like she said. Back to the police department. I thought I would get the meat. I have to give it to Gumshoe. Oh, you're back. You're still here? Crystal clear. Gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files, turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken. I think he means desk jockey. What the fuck is a desk jockey? Also, I at work have a guy who's actually a part-time DJ. Oh, that DJ. How do you find part-time work? If I want to move out of here, I found out if I want to move out of this fucking country, then I would only be able to apply for an H1 visa, which would only allow me to work part-time. But that doesn't mean I can't necessarily work 2 part-time jobs. The problem is finding a fucking job for a foreigner that only speaks English rather fluently. But not the native language. So I don't know what the fuck, man. I'll figure it out. Can't fucking... I ain't intending to fucking stay here just because it's safe. Gotta take a risk for once in my life. Gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. I'm not letting it in the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. Have to take a look in there. Take a little look-see. There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. I have no idea. Hey, that's it. I don't know what to show him. Somewhere? Or it's one of those... Never mind. He said that before. What do I show him? Oh, fuck. Wasn't some evidence I had updated after I shown that to Edgeworth? What if I look at something and like turn it around? It doesn't seem like I have anything I can actually turn around in 3D. Not looking at that. I got this stupid object. Doesn't seem to matter all that much. You know what? Fucking... I have no idea what to show him. Can't talk to him about anything. What if I examine something? Babes in uniforms. This guy, one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Oh, Francesca, you're more lovely than the marsupial in... Quiet, John Mark. Words will just spoil the moment. Now hold me close. Yes, this approach allows for much more intrigue. Seems he's given up on the mystery genre. I mean, it could have been a romantic moment between a detective and someone else. Well, fucking, I have no idea. It didn't progress to me anywhere. Anyway, see you fellas in the next episode.